I make strawberry syrup fairly simply. I use about 3 cups of pureed strawberries, is 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a quarter of a teaspoon of lime juice, or not lime juice, of vanilla extract. I bring it to a boil in a pot, and that's how I make a strawberry syrup that I can use for many of the different types of drinks. So once I get the mixture to a nice boil in the pan, I reduce to a simmer and I let it simmer down until it is a nice syrupy texture. That's at least the first phase of what I do with this to get it ready so that I can strain it and get it to where it's a nice creamy syrup that I can use for making other stuff. So normally I set a timer for 10 minutes and I see where the syrup looks like it's at. If it looks like it's reduced somewhere between a third and a half, that's when I take it off. In this case, it's been about 10 minutes. It's not quite as thick as I would like it to be before I try to strain it. So I think I'm going to go another extra 5 minutes just to make sure it's nice and thick and it works as well as a syrup, not just as a strawberry sauce. So after 15 minutes, it's probably now getting closer to 18 minutes that I've been watching it boil. I can see it's reduced now by at least a third, if not closer to a half. I'm watching for the boiling to kind of look more like mud boiling versus just being in water boiling. As you'll notice that some of the bubbles have a little more shape to it. It's definitely a much more thicker, and that's what I'm looking for to know that the syrup is done and I can let it cool before I go through and strain it. So at least that's how I make my strawberry syrup. I'm not sure if that's how everyone does, but I found this works best for me. This step really depends on what I'm making. If I'm making syrup to put onto pancakes, a lot of times we just use the syrup straight out of the pan without any straining done at all. But I found if I want to use this as a syrup inside of either strawberry milk or tequila rose or anything else, it's much better if I strain out all the seeds and everything else so I get just a strong strawberry syrup. So at this point, traditionally I just ran it through the metal strainer, but now that I have the white strainer that I have the extra filter on, I'm going to run it through both of those, and I'm probably going to set it in the fridge overnight and let it strain until I have all the syrup down into my mason jar. But that is at least how I make simple syrup, or make strawberry syrup that I can use for quite a few different things.